Welcome back, everybody. IGN Live at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm Damon Hadfield. I'm joined now by Chris Tilley, and we're going to talk about an upcoming film called The World's End. Here to talk about it with us are the director, Edgar Wright, plus the star members, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We had a party together last night.
It was a great party.
Yeah, we were up on the roof of this building.
We made a big party, didn't we?
We had a massive party.
And also we had
Doctor Who came.
Doctor Who was
Yeah,
there.
right.
Scully was there. Hudson was there.
Everybody was there.
It
One of
was
the
all
prozzies
happening.
from Game of Thrones. They're all there. They all come to the party.
So how are you feeling today?
I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah.
I
Were you
don't know.
sensible last night?
I was in bed at 10:30 in my room eating guacamole, watching Oblivion in HD.
Did you like
True.
Oblivion?
I did like it.
Yeah?
I like the guacamole too. It's delicious. I don't really like that at
Only in
home.
HD as well.
Yeah, God, it was so vibrant.
So tell us about the movie then.
Simon Pegg.
The World's End is a film about a group of friends that reunite after 20 years of not really seeing each other to recreate a mammoth pub crawl they attempted when they were 19, 18 years old. And they're reunited by one of their number who hasn't really progressed since that night. He still dresses the same, acts the same. He's a bit of a sort of man-child trapped in the 1990s. And he manages to persuade them all to go back to their hometown to stage this crawl called the Golden Mile, which they do. Midway through, though, an event with galactic implications occurs or is revealed. And despite this, they continue the pub crawl to the bitter end.
Let's have a look.
Or lager end.
Let's have a look at a clip.
No, I don't think we have it.
Man.
We have to just
Can you
keep talking.
reenact it? We've got the start there.
Run BT.
Do a clip.
Once a scene is finished, I download the dialogue, so I no longer know it anymore.
Oh, look, they did it. Clip.
There is a clip.
Going up in here.
That's not going out live though.
Well, this is just for our entertainment. If you get
It's fun to
Just
watch.
to
mind wanders.
distract us.
And so this is kind of the third part in a loose trilogy that
It's
you
not
guys...
kind of, Chris. It
It
is.
definitely is.
Yeah.
The Cornetto trilogy, is this correct?
Yeah.
So-called, yeah.
So where did that name come from?
Oh, this is true.
yeah.
Serious.
Crowbar to
you.
This is a
What?
true story.
What?
This is gonna lead into money as well.
2007, we had just made Hot Fuzz, and we were doing an interview with Chris, and we had done Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz that both featured the ice cream cornetto in them. And Chris Tilley, this guy right here, says, you've done 2 films with cornettos in, are you going to make a third and make a cornetto trilogy? And I said, yes, it's going to be like Krzysztof Kieslowski's 3 Colors trilogy. This is the 3 Flavors cornetto trilogy. And so, thanks to a silly joke with Chris Tilley, a trilogy was born.
Trilogy was born.
So it's
But I
all
think
this
they're-
man's fault.
And look, Chris is waiting to say, now look, I haven't seen a penny.
Show me the money. Show me the money.
I think the thing is that trilogy is
Tilly's
an
Millions.
oft-used word. I saw trilogy used in the advertising for the new Hangover film, like it always like the thrilling conclusion to the Hangover trilogy. Like it wasn't a trilogy when it first started, nor was Shaun of the Dead. But when we got to the middle one, we kind of felt like we could possibly make a thematic trilogy of films that were linked by certain connective tissue, not just superficial things like the cornetto or the fence jumping joke, but
Reel them
also
off. Number 1.
Number one, the idea of the extended adolescence, friendship, the battle of the individual against the collective, the fact that they're all shot in the UK, the fact that they're all shot now, the fact that they feature his face and my face.
Let's have a
And
look.
directed by my brain.
Let's have a look at a clip.
I looked inside his brain.
I think when Cornetto pay us, that's when we'll pay you.
Okay.
Essentially.
And then you'll sign my lid.
Oh my god.
How wooed.
How does it feel to be at the end of this?
It feels
process?
good. People keep asking us if we're sad, but we're just happy that we made good on our promise. It feels very, very proud of the movie, and it feels very satisfactory to actually have to finish something. People always gave us, kind of a lot of stick for not doing a third series of Spaced, but we promised we'd do a third one of this, and by Jove, we did it.
By Jove.
By Jove.
It's the end of this. But now
Yeah.
it means we can move on and do something different.
So when are you doing the third series of Space?
Ah!
You love that one, don't you?
We're not doing a third, we're going to do a fourth, though. We've decided to do a fourth.
Would you guys, I mean, these have all been comedies. Would you guys collaborate on a drama?
If we were allowed to. I mean, sometimes the audience, if you do comedy, the audience don't want to see you be serious or can't take you seriously. It's one of the burdens we as comedians have to bear.
I think also one might argue that there are certainly dramatic elements to this film.
Certainly in this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to
In all of them,
all
yeah.
of them, you know.
Yeah.
You don't see many comedies where a man has to shoot his mum in the head.
Yeah. Agreed.
Chris, have you seen the movie already?
I've seen it twice.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my good lord.
And I will say it's better the second time.
Oh, there you go.
There's definitely stuff you won't see the first time. There's stuff. I mean, we build our films to be watched again and again because you kind of owe that to audiences these days. This is a repetitive viewing culture we live in now, with DVD and what have you, and we are able to have films, control films, put them on when we want, scrutinize them, and you kind of owe it to audiences to make that experience worthwhile. And so there's stuff that you won't get in The World's End until maybe a fifth or eighth watch.
At the cinema.
I mean,
Yes.
Theatrically.
Full price.
one thing I'll say, David, is pay attention to the first 10 minutes.
Okay, I was
Because
planning on it.
they're like a roadmap to the movie.
It's true.
It's
The
really clever.
The opening
Krista.
sequence basically kind of tells you what's going to happen in the rest of the movie. But all we ask is that you see the film 8 times in the theatre.
And the pubs as well. The names of the pubs are important.
They
Yeah.
are. The pubs form a sort of set of 12 tarot cards which predict what's going to happen within. And when Edgar and I wrote the film, we wrote the meat of what happens in the movie, and then we went back and we named the pubs in accordance with what happens within. And each pub name is a real pub name. Every single one of them. Even the famous Cock is a pub name. You probably know it. It's in Highbury in London. And each pub sign as well has a sort of, predictive sense.
Like
of what
tarot
goes on.
cards.
Yeah, like tarot cards.
And pubs are another thing that link the 3 movies. Do we seem like alcoholics in England, that it's such a focal point
No,
of
no more than myself. It's fine. It's totally fine.
That doesn't make it right.
And
No,
yet,
like that.
ironically, you're not big drinkers.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well, I don't think I ever was in the fact is I do drink, but I will completely collapse after 3 beers.
Edgar's gone from being able to drink 100ml to 40ml. So you get older. I think if you're 45 years old and you're still out on the Raz every night, I think A, there's a chance you're Gary King, but B, you're probably not married and childless.
So you've just
hopefully-
Hopefully you're childless.
Essentially, you get to a point in your life where your drinking just kind of tapers off, which is a good thing.
Yeah, if you are
What was that
drinking
little
with a
mime you
child,
just
your
did?
life is
This,
happy.
Yeah.
it kind of tapers off.
It was like a little Tyrannosaurus.
You were digging
Yeah,
up.
I guess it was.
Is it a problem that I see a lot of myself in Gary King?
Yeah.
No, but that said, I think sort of I see myself in Gary King a little bit as well, and I think sort of like you've got to have sympathy for your characters, because even though the character like the Simon plays is like a sort of walking car crash of a man, he's still like he hits rock bottom, but he still kind of rises up to be a hero. That's important. Is that you've got to kind of like we don't write characters that we don't have empathy with,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a Gary King, and if you don't know a Gary King, you probably are Gary King. We figured out the other day, in a moment of startling clarity, that Edgar is our Gary King.
Well, originally the character was going to be called Chris Tilly, but because we got confused.
Gentlemen, the movie looks hilarious. When is it out here in the States?
August the
August
23rd.
There is a slight lag. It's because we wanted to be able to come here and bring it to you personally and
Sure.
do the right amount of promotion and
And we'll be all around the States.
yeah.
There's also the translation that has to be done.
Absolutely. It has to be dubbed into American.
Where are our free S4s?
Please
We can
please
just take
take
one
one
off
on
the
your
desk.
way. They're at the door
Fantastic.
on your way
I
out.
love this gig.
because of this. Is that right? I'm getting
Xbox and an S4. They'll give it to you on your way out.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Now, Chris, now that they're gone, now you can tell me what you really think about the movie.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I was worried. I was worried about that.
No, I think it could be my favourite of the 3.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a bit uncomfortable because they're still sitting here. And are you expecting me to talk about the film in front of them?
Well, so they're supposed to take them off. Nick's taking them off now.
this is
they're going to be
weirdly-
gone in just a second.
this
They're
is weirdly
already
awkward.
gone.
Can I talk about the
What do you want?
Can I talk about the soundtrack?
Of course. Tell us about the soundtrack.
What's your knowledge of early 90s British indie pop like?
My favorite is House of Love. Do you know House of Love?
Yeah,
Okay,
Shine
so-
On.
yeah. So
That's a tune.
So I have.
That's not in the film.
Okay.
But there's at least 20 brilliant indie songs from that time.
Is it set in that time? Or
No, but because Gary's stuck in
that's when
like
they were like-
yeah, when he was at school. So it's the Stone Roses, Primal Scream, the Mock Turtles. Like it's a brilliant soundtrack. And each pub they go into, you hear a different song, and they're so clever. Each of the songs kind of tells the story as well. If you look at the titles and the lyrics.
They are very clever fellows.
Yeah.
They make beloved movies.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. I think I prefer Hot Fuzz just a little bit more. It's just me. I know I'm unpopular there.
I think it's the tightest of the 3. thematically, storyline. There's not a word that goes to waste in this one. I like Hot Fuzz a lot. I've watched Hot Fuzz the most.
That's the one you've seen on
I think it goes on a bit long, though.
Well,
a little bit.
yeah, okay. Are you ever like impressed or I guess thankful that the movies play so well over here in the States?
Yeah,
I mean they're very
I
British
think,
movies. Right?
Yeah, and I think the reason for that is that they're not making them for a specific audience. They're not making them for an American audience or a British audience. They're making films that make themselves laugh, and they just happen to have a sense of humour that a lot of people share. I mean, and for geeks like us as well, there's clever stuff going on. There's references. There's, I think it's really special the fact that this has happened in the UK as well. We've never produced anything like this. A trilogy of genre movies, kind of high concept stuff. It's not something we do in the UK. No. I think it's a really unique thing they've pulled off to get this done.
It's very cool. What else have you been up to at Comic-Con?
What else have I been up to? I've been doing lots of Ender's Game stuff.
Ender's Game?
Yeah. And RoboCop as well. I've just come from a RoboCop press conference.
How was that? Was it good?
Good, yeah.
Okay.
I went on the set of that one. It looks interesting.
Big fan of the original, so.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people.
I hope they know what they're doing with that one.
I think from what I can tell, they're changing it slightly. It's not going to be so much a action satire. It's going to be a bit more of a drama about what it's like to wake up one day and you're half a robot, and how that would affect your psyche. But there's guns.
Yeah.
And
okay. Well, got the important bits in there.